Hello, sirs and madams. This is the patch notes for the new Sir version 0.4.4578 Matchbox. Now, this is the first major alpha update, which is mostly fixes, but there are a couple new things as well. No new robots, but this is a pretty big update, so let's go straight into it. So, first, changes. So we've now got a new kill layer added. Not sure what that means, but we'll probably find out as we go. Roadside furniture now no longer spawns in opposite pairs. I think it used to be that a bench on one side would be mirrored by a bench on the other. That's now no longer the case. Pub sign needs oiling, so apparently it swings now. Street lights now shatter more pleasingly. So shoot your lights and then boom, you've got a nicer looking animation. Several bot audio detection functions now reworked. Bots should be easier to distract. And that was a big problem before. You threw a bottle and they went and checked and then came back and nothing really happened. What's this? Simulation is now fully paused when alt-tabbed. So if you alt-tab out, the game is paused. Dog visor angled down slightly, so they have less crazy bouncing. They were pretty crazy. You could see the heads bobbing all over the place, but that's now reworked. Bots who are guarding an item will now go into searching state after investigating a noise, whereas before they would instantly return to guarding the artifact. So that's the issue that was resolved with the bot's sound detection. Before you would throw a bottle, they'd go for it and then come straight back. Now you throw the bottle, now they try and find out what the noise is and where it came from. The default graphics settings are now set to high, so be careful if you try and play the game on anything lower than that, because chances are if your PC can't handle the graphics on high, it's going to explode and die. The balloon can now no longer see through hard cover, so buildings and trees it can't see through, but it can see through concealment like grass and bushes. Now some people think that is a bug, but it can see you in the grass, and that is not actually a bug, that is a feature because the balloon has an overhead view and will be able to see you in the grass unless you are somehow able to turn yourself into grass. Which, if that happens, let us know, because that is a glitch. There is now the newest of the new functions which we have wanted for such a long time now, and that is the lean function. Q and E now allow you to lean. And it even gives you a small cover bonus. This is a new addition, so if there are any bugs, feel free to let everyone know, because it's more of a sneaky sort of thing, whereas before we've had to just pop our head around the corner and hope that we don't walk into a robot. Now it's a lot easier. Save slots now have a stamp for the last time a save was modified, not when a world was created. So before, if you had 5 worlds and you lost track of which world was the one you were playing recently, now you know, because they have timestamps. The Supermassive Screenshot Dump now only gives 2 times resolution, whereas before it was 6 times resolution, and that was huge. So if you're running in 1920 by 1080, a 6 times resolution of that is massive, and now they decided to just go for 2 times resolution. Still pretty impressive pictures, but not as big as they were. And they now save at a timestamp, which is always good. The key binding system has now been totally reworked. You can now bind any key or mouse button to any action. Controllers will work too, but the 6-axis controls, so the analog sticks, don't work anymore. No, they don't work at all. There are a couple bugs with this, but it's not something you really need to worry about at the moment. So I'd be fine. The biggest bug would be that if you bind aim or use to anything other than mouse 1, it may result in drop-down menu problems. So keep that in mind when you change your key bindings. Hunters now free, slightly slower. Slightly easier to hit a fleeing bot with the axe. The axe still needs work. So before you'd have a hard time hitting robots if they're running away. Now it's a little bit easier because they're running backwards is not the same as you're running forwards. So hopefully that'll fix some of the issues, but the axe still does need work. The intro music volume has been reduced until we have sliders. So when the audio update comes in, they're going to have sliders for everything. But at the moment, that intro music was deafening, as I'm sure you've seen in some of my videos, and now we are happy to say that that has been lowered, so you are gonna be able to hear after starting the game. And now the Squire has been buffed. So before he could not hit the broadside of a barn, and now he should be better at killing you when aggroed. So there you go. So those are the changes. Some of them pretty impressive, new additions. No new bots, but hopefully soon we'll have the Trapper or the Landlord. We're not sure yet, but we'll see what happens. So now let's move on to the fixes. The loading regions bug has been fixed, so the game hangs without loading. And that was mostly to do with a Unity issue and network controllers. That's a quirk Unity has for some reason, and a lot of game developers using Unity have found it. But that has now been fixed, so that should not be a problem anymore. Killing dogs in Linux should no longer crash the game. That was a pretty big bug, and that has now been fixed by the looks of it. Fix a major issue where non-English system languages resulted in control issues. And so anyone who was not using an English control system would have been affected, and now they should be fine. Empty weapons don't magically gain ammo when reloading a scene. So, if you had an empty gun with no ammo whatsoever, and you changed islands, or saved and quit out and came back in, you would suddenly have a full magazine. So you'd have 6 revolver shots, and you would have 2 shotgun shots and 1 rifle shot, and that's now been fixed. So now ammo is a little bit more scarce if you were glitching it. Yeah, stop glitching things. The dog will now release you if killed while pinning, which is a very unusual bug there. So if a dog somehow died and it's pinning you, you'd be stuck on the floor, I guess. Swimming while intoxicated should no longer remove the water effect. That's a pretty intriguing bug. I don't swim that often and had no idea that would be a problem. So there we go. Fixed screen flicker on res change. Fixed several issues where pieces were spawning inside village centre objects. So I think that's a proc gen quirk where things were spawning inside buildings and you could not physically get the item. Still may be cases of pieces spawning in trees or sheds, but feel free to report those if they occur. So those are the changes and fixes. A few big things, a few decent fixes, but nothing in terms of new bots or weapons or functionality of previous items that are being implemented. So keep an eye out for the new ones. I will post another video when those appear, and until then, keep hunting, and hopefully the 3 robots that are behind you right now will let you go. See you later, guys.